What's going on, guys? It's Tyler here with the Sacktown Breakdown, and we have a loss to the Spurs tonight in overtime. I'm disgusted. Single 4 in the chat popping in right now. He's disgusted by it. We're all disgusted by it. Man, it sucks. Let's just talk about this. Let's get it out of the way. Gotta go to work tomorrow in the morning, so I need to get this out of the way. I don't want to rant too long about it. I got a lot of notes, though. I will say one thing. This is the best notes I've ever taken for a game. I've never taken notes for a game before until I started doing these breakdowns. Took a lot of notes this time around. I'm getting better at it. I'm trying to figure out ways how to shorten things so I can write stuff quicker and pay more attention to the game that's at hand. So it's nice. I'm getting better at that. That's the one positive I'm taking away from this game is I'm getting better at writing notes. Okay, well... Single 4 in the chat. He's putting the mad emojis. He's pissed. I'm pissed. We're all pissed. This was a terrible loss for us. And let me know. I'm pretty sure I sound good, but just let me know if I sound okay in the chat. And Single 4, if you're in here by the time I get to overtime, you're going to have to actually help me with that because my DVR was only set to record 2.5 hours, and I was behind. I didn't start watching the game until basically halftime in real time. Voice crack. So I had to catch up, and basically right when I got to the end of the game, it was when overtime was starting, and I was like, crap, I'm gonna miss, because I wasn't recording the Kings post game show, and that's what overtime was playing on. So I had to I just clicked off of the first minute of overtime to watch the last minute, and I didn't miss much, I don't think. But if there's somebody in here that watched overtime, they can fill me in on it. Let me know, because there was only 2 points scored by each team, so it didn't seem like a lot happened. But anyways, we're going to get into the actual beginning of the game first. So Buddy missed a shot. Barnes missed a shot to start the first quarter. Buddy continued to miss. He was playing terrible. Holmes had some, I think Holmes had a dunk. Corey Joseph had a layup or a shot or something. I don't remember, to be honest, at this point. Nothing. Kings didn't play great in the first quarter. Rudy Gay was getting buckets. He had, I think, 7 points in the first quarter. Luckily, most of his points was scored in the first quarter. That was nice. He wasn't on fire all game. Halfway through the first, the Kings were 0 of 7 for 3. Buddy was 0 of 4 from the field. Bogdan was able to turn it on, though. Back-to-back buckets. And in the first quarter, Ariza hit a 3 to end it, and we were 1 of 10 from 3 in the first quarter. Second quarter, Buddy just continued to stink it up out there. Ariza hit a 3. Buddy turned the ball over, way too many low IQ plays this game, I definitely feel like. There'd be a play where, maybe Buddy would be in the corner. Hold up, let me turn this light onto my side. Turn the light on. That way this corner will be lit up a little more. It's a little too green. So, yeah, Singh says he didn't like Ariza taking the threes, and there's way too many turnovers. I totally agree. So, there'd be a play where, say, Buddy Hield's in the corner, wide open. Not wide open, but it'd be to the point where, he's open, so you want to throw the pass, but Bielitsa would just, throw it, and he'd be trying to throw it through, 3 other Spurs players. It's obviously that pass didn't have a chance of making it. Even if Buddy looks open, he really wasn't. And, they would just constantly fall for, they're kind of getting goaded by the Spurs to, do stupid passes throw stupid passes that looked open, but really they weren't. That's Spurs being tricky on defense. Buddy, makes another 3, or Buddy makes his first 3 in the second quarter, and he's 1 of 8 from the field at this point. Yogi, every minute he played, it was amazing. Yogi's a beast. I love Yogi Ferrell. I will never get sick of that man. He played well, opening up shots. Yogi's doing a lot of stuff, and Doug Christie mentioned this on commentary. Yogi does a lot of stuff that somebody like De'Aaron Fox would normally do, where he breaks people down with the dribble, and then he'll drive to the basket, open up a shot for a teammate. And if just to take this to, it is weird seeing Tim Duncan. My dad's Tim Duncan has dreads in his hair now. He's like, well, that's weird, because Tim Duncan never ever had that. I was like, yep, he has dreads in his hair now. I mean, it's just kind of funny. Like Tim Duncan, it was funny how when some players retire, they totally do things opposite of what they did during their career. And Tim Duncan's dreads is an example of that. So like, what was I talking about? I was talking about Yogi playing well opening. Oh, so I was going to say was an example of how I think players like, say somebody like a LeBron James or a Nikola Jokic, a lot of times, and this is more towards Nikola Jokic, but a lot of times, like, say Nikola Jokic passes the ball to Jamal Murray for 3. A lot of the time, Jokic will just be standing in the post or standing up top. Murray will come off of a screen from somebody else. Jokic will pass it to him. It'd be a simple pass, wide open to Jamal Murray for 3. Or say back when LeBron would have Kyle Korver on his team, or now he has Kuzma, or whoever else he has that shoots threes. Avery Bradley, Danny Green is probably the best example. Say LeBron will just be standing there with the ball. Say Anthony Davis hits a screen, Danny Green comes around the screen, LeBron passes him the ball, shoots the 3. And then you got Yogi breaking somebody down off the dribble, or De'Aaron Fox breaking somebody down off the dribble. There's even examples of this that wouldn't even necessarily be just Kings players, But the point being is, not all assists are created equal in terms of like, say Jokic averages 7 assists per game, but his assists or passes really anybody could make. You're not going to rely on somebody like Jokic to dribble to like, take somebody off the dribble to open up a shot for his teammate. Or LeBron does do it, but more so like him just driving to the basket, it causes so much like gravitational pull. Everybody's got to try to stop him. But it's not like he's out here, Yogi Ferrell had a move where he literally like crossed somebody up, drove in, he caused the defense to kind of rotate towards him, and then that was an open shot, boom, bucket. And that's like stuff that, to me, that assist is far more valuable than somebody that just stands around and kind of just stands at one spot, the elbow, looks around, throws the ball to an open person for 3. That's like not the same assist to me. So if you ever hear me talking crap about players' assists, that's why. Because I feel like not all assists are created equal in that sense. And what Yogi was doing tonight was nice. Yogi was breaking people down. Yogi was scoring when he had the ball. And that's the other thing that I like about Yogi much more than Corey Joseph. Yogi's a scoring threat. So not only can Yogi make the pass, but he can also drop 15 or 20, if he gets hot. And that's very helpful because then he's not so one-dimensional. No team is really ever worried about Corey Joseph scoring. Let's be honest. I mean, he's good. Corey Joseph is like I almost want to say he's like a point guard version of Harrison Barnes, but not even, because Harrison Barnes has been killing it this year. Oh, and then Singh right there says, love some Yogi today. He killed it. Yes, he did. Harrison Barnes has been killing it this year, so it's like, and Corey Joseph, he's like everything he does, he's average. He's never bad. He's kind of good at everything. He can defend like a beast. He's a good playmaker. Sometimes in this Kings offense, he just stands around and dribbles the ball. I don't really know what that's all about. But like Corey Joseph is kind of just Mr. Average at point guard. He can do a little bit of everything. He's not great at anything. Defense is probably what he is actually great at, though. But Jeff the Lefty, hey, I used to stream games on the loop. It no longer works. Any ideas? I used to stream games on the loop. What do you mean on the loop? What's the loop? I've never heard of the loop before. It's like a website or something? Yeah, just chat. Say something else. Tell me what do you mean. Like, what's the loop? I don't know what the loop is. Anyways, let me continue my breakdown of the game. Yeah, just chat down below. I'll try to help you. Or chat. Let me switch pages. So anyways, yeah, Yogi was breaking down the defense like a madman. Yogi's a goat. The Kings did a pretty good job at keeping LaMarcus Aldridge at bay. He wasn't doing much scoring, and we'll look at the box score in a little bit. LaMarcus wasn't doing much in terms of scoring. We pretty much kept him under control, which was nice. Because LaMarcus is another guy that, like, I love watching him go to work. When he gets hot in the mid-range, ooh, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. Bogdan hit a 3. Bellinelli hit a 3. And then Bogdan hit another 3 to close out the second quarter. Kind of a little back and forth. Or no, I take that back. Bellinelli hit a 3, then Bogdan hit one, then Bellinelli hit another one. So it was like a little duel there between Bogdan and Bellinelli. Michael Bellinelli, is there anybody that... Spencer Hawes is pretty hated amongst the Kings fans. I'm trying to think, is there anybody more like that people do not like than Marco Bellinelli? I can't stand Marco Bellinelli. That dude sucked when he was on the Kings. He was awful. I could not stand that guy. He was terrible. And like, I can't stand watching him if he even makes one 3-pointer, it makes me mad because he did nothing on the Kings. He was literally the most useless player I think I've ever seen in a Kings uniform. And I've seen Papagiannis in a Kings uniform. And Marco Bellinelli was useless. Maybe even more so than Papagiannis. I don't know. We need to make a little poll for the top 4 most useless Kings players in Kings history. I digress, though. Sing04 says in the chat, hopefully we can have Bagley back. We could have used him this game. Oh, if we had Bagley back this game, you saw Rashawn Holmes was a man amongst boys out there. Down low. Never mind, I just want a consistent stream one day to catch the game. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah, I don't know. On the loops or yes. Yeah, I'm trying to think of a website to go on. Let me think about that. By the end of the stream, maybe I'll have one in mind. I'm trying to think. Really what you could do, I don't know where you live, Jeff the Lefty. You may have told me before, I don't recall. Maybe we talked about it like in the stream once. But you could just go to Reddit and look up NBA streams. If you're somewhere that you can't get the game televised, that's probably your best bet. I don't know if you're local or not. I'm assuming you're not if you're looking to stream the game. Single4 says Holmes is low-key my second favorite player on the roster. Yeah, man, he's a beast. Like I was saying though, Holmes is a man amongst boys out there as far as rebounding. A lot of the times Holmes would just go hard in the paint. And now if we had Bagley out there doing that, we'd be getting every rebound. It'd be beautiful. So let's go to quarter 3. Like I said, I started the game about an hour late. So I was fast forwarding. Like every time I'd hit the 30-second fast forward on my remote. Every time, there would be free throws. I was fast forwarding with the commercials. I fast forwarded halftime. I was trying to get caught up. I have a long list of makes here, makes and misses or whatever. Buddy hits a 3. Belly misses a 3. Kojo makes a 2. Belly makes a 3. Buddy makes a 3 off a pass from Bagley, or off a pass from Bielitsa off of a home screen. So Buddy came off of a screen from Holmes. Belly passed it to him. Boom, easy 3, bucket. We need to see more of that. Buddy hit a nice little fading mid-range. Holmes had bully ball, man amongst boys out there. It's beautiful. It's Rashawn Holmes going for the rebounds. It's awesome. See, the thing with Rashawn Holmes is he's kind of undersized. He's 6'10". That's the thing with Holmes is that he has to be athletic and he has to jump and he has to do that bully ball. He has to have that bully ball type game because he's a little undersized at center. He's super athletic though, and that's what helps because he's not somebody that shoots at 3. So if you're going to be undersized at your position, you either need to be a freak athlete or you have to be able to shoot. And Holmes doesn't shoot, which is fine because he's a freak athlete. So that's nice. Holmes absolutely bullying everybody down low in the Spurs. Harrison Barnes backs down DeMar DeRozan, has a nice little layup. That was beautiful. I have all kinds of things, man, especially with Harrison Barnes. Hector in the chat. Hector, what's going on, man? Harrison Barnes is a beautiful creature. I'll tell you that right now. Harrison Barnes is the man. Let me tell you something about Harrison Barnes post-ups. They're something to behold. They're great. Harrison Barnes, he has these little post-ups where he hits people with the post fade. Or sometimes he almost does a little mellow where he face up. He'll hit a little jab step. He'll like pump fake. Jabs. Pump. Then he'll back down and then fade in mid range. It's beautiful. Like I could watch Harrison Barnes go to work in the post all day. I literally never get tired of it. It's like, because for me, and I've talked about this before, one of my all-time favorite players to watch, just based on the entertainment factor of his game, is Carmelo Anthony. I understand, if you told me, Carmelo Anthony plays no defense, and you could tell me he's selfish, you could tell me, every typical Carmelo Anthony, thing that people say about him, I will never deny it. That's just, I know. But I still like watching him go to work. I love watching Melo hit the jab step, and then dribble, maybe take 2 steps in, and then hit the jumper. I just love it. I can never get in. If I'm about to go play basketball, I put on Melo highlights. I just love watching Carmelo go to work. Something about the way he can surgically, he knows when to hit the jab, when to step back, when to, something about that little mid-range game where it's just all about your little movements, and it's like the meta. It's like a game within a game, using your movement to trick the defender, which obviously that's something you do in basketball, but just something about it, I don't know, I just love it. Point being is Harrison Barnes is doing a lot of that now, especially when he'll back people down, hit little 8-foot fadeaways. It's just oh my god, if there's anything I nerd out with in basketball, it's mid-range jumpers like that. And someone like Melo, I've always loved that. And Harrison Barnes is now kind of the man in the mid-range. It's beautiful to watch. So I'm liking it quite a lot. Yogi fronts DeRozan on a post-up, gets ahead of him, steals the ball, passes it to somebody, gets it back for the layup. Oh man, Yogi Ferrell is the GOAT. Yogi Ferrell is a beautiful, beautiful human being. And Yogi Ferrell, he's the heart and soul of our team, When we're losing and they bring in Yogi, it almost always seems like it turns around. Ariza hit a 3, and Harrison Barnes has a nice move in the post and one. Put it in the books and send it. Wait, how many times have I heard Grant say that and I can't get it right? Put it in the books and send him to the line. Put it in the books and send him to the line. That's right, correct? It's gotta be right, guys. Hope we can see Kyle Guy soon. Yeah. Me and my dad were discussing if we're going to see Kyle Guy tonight. My dad's like, hope we see that guy tonight. I'm like, what guy? He's like, that Kyle Guy. I'm like, oh, that Kyle Guy, yeah. He's pretty good. We still run that joke into the ground. I don't know why. At this point, you'd think it'd be over by now. But anyways, third quarter was looking pretty nice. Nice competitive game. Seemed like the Kings were starting to kind of get ahead. Fourth quarter, Bogey hit a 2. Yogi hit a 2. And Yogi's being really active with the ball handling. What I mean by that is you look at Corey Joseph with the ball in hand. Lots of kind of dribbling, standing around. Corey Joseph does that little Steve Nash move every once in a while where he goes down into the paint. Does he fake turns one way, then turns the other way real quick and keeps dribble alive and looks for the layup or the pass. And that's pretty much Corey Joseph's claim to fame as far as being the ball handling guard goes, because other than that, he really kind of doesn't do a whole lot in terms of you see Yogi, he's out there trying to get to a spot and crossing guys up or trying to and driving to the basket. He's like a little pinball. It's crazy. He's and to me, that's what the Kings need. To me, that's more like what De'Aaron Fox does for the Kings than, Yogi is closer to De'Aaron Fox than Corey Joseph is, I would say, in terms of his frantic, how fast he is. And I think the Kings are probably more used to playing with somebody like that rather than Corey Joseph, who, don't get me wrong, he's a good playmaker. He's a good defender, but offensively, he's not really, what the Kings need at times. And Yogi's more what they need. Buddy, nice layups, back-to-back layups. Second off a grab from Holmes. Rashawn Holmes just straight up grabbed the ball out the air and just threw it to Buddy. It was nice. LaMarcus had a fade though, 2-pointer. Barnes traveled. Buddy with the little 2-point fadeaway. Buddy with a layup scores 89-82. LaMarcus Aldridge back-to-back buckets though. DeRozan got out of bounds call, almost picked up a second technical. 93-89 was the score at this point. Harrison Barnes with great mid-range game once again. Barnes makes the mid-range shot, and then he comes back, gets the ball, post up mid-range again, passes to Corey Joseph for 3. He hits it. Spurs. This is where the game falls apart for the Kings. This is where the Kings lost the game. I don't recall what the score was at this point, but it doesn't. I guess I could check real quick while we're here. I didn't write the score down. I don't know why I didn't. Hector. I don't know what. Forgive me, but I've never seen that. I never saw that. I never seen that notification before, so I don't even know what just happened right there. But what's up, Hector? I don't know what you just did. Did you? Oh, you followed. Okay, good. All right. Yeah, because before when I saw the notifications, it was like different. Okay, yeah. So Skip must have changed notifications because I think last time when he set the notifications, the alerts, it was like something else. So, anyways, Hector, what's going on, man? How's it going? So, anyways. Where are we at here? Okay, yeah, I was going to check real quick. I have the box score up. Let's go play by play. Let's go fourth quarter, the very end here. Back to back. Here it is, right here. Let's go down. Absolutely disgusting. Okay, so here we go. 98-91. Corey Joseph, bad pass. DeJounte Murray steals. DeJounte Murray makes dunk. Corey Joseph, lost ball, turnover. Patty Mills steals. Patty Mills makes 2-point shot. Kings, full timeout. Harrison Barnes misses 2-point shot. DeMar DeRozan, defensive rebound. DeMar DeRozan misses the floater. LaMarcus Aldridge, rebound and put back. That's pretty much where the Kings lost the game. I'm not going to get into all this nonsense. I thought I deleted you. I went into the inspect element and tried to delete the video so it doesn't keep popping up. Yeah, all this nonsense, coaches challenge and all that, it was just kind of a mess at the end there. But Marco Bellinelli made the 27-foot three-point jumper, and it was pretty much, I was disgusted by that. It was like, really, Marco Bellinelli, this guy that sucked when he was on the Kings? It was pretty gross. So, anyways, back to where we were. 100-100 going into overtime. Now, everybody in the chat, if you did, in fact, watch this Kings game, make sure you kind of chat and let me know what happened in overtimes, because this is what happened with me. Like I said, the Kings game was set to record for 2.5 hours. I watched it. I didn't even watch the first minute, because what happened was me and my dad were sitting there watching it. 2.5 minutes to go in the game, I recorded, it was set to record for 2.5 hours. So by the time I got to the end, like right when overtime was starting, I probably would have got a minute of overtime, and then my recording was going to shut off. So me and my dad were just like, crap, what do we do? So I just turned off the recording and went to live TV to hope I could catch as much of overtime as I could. There was a minute left in overtime. Luckily, like you guys are saying in the chat, it was only 102. So I figured nothing much happened because there was no way for me to watch it. You know what I mean? There was like 4 minutes that got cut off. I was like, oh, that sucks. So don't worry. I set my DVR from this point forward to record an hour after the game. So there could be a quadruple overtime and I'd still be good. But yeah, it looks like from what you guys are saying, nothing happened. Overtime was brutal too. No offense on both sides. Yeah, nothing happened in overtime. No offense. Okay, good. This is a good time for my DVR to be garbage, because otherwise, I would have been pissed if I missed like the best overtime game in history. But yeah, so I got a minute of overtime left. I will say that final shot though in the fourth quarter, LaMarcus definitely kind of got hacked. I feel like that was a foul, and they didn't call it, which was good for us. Yeah. Let me just check real quick. Make sure that was that in overtime? What was that play where, Buddy Hield blocks LaMarcus's layup? That was with 25 seconds left. I feel like he got fouled on that, but I'm just going to leave that alone. I'm not going to sit here and stick up for the Spurs. Missed most of overtime. Corey Joseph fouled Patty Mills on the three-pointer. That's basically the first thing I saw, which was disgusting. I was like, really? And apparently he had done that previously in overtime. Somebody got fouled in overtime on a three-pointer. I don't know if it was Patty Mills or somebody else. So basically it happened twice. And that's the only shot points that they scored. Those 2 points they scored when I tuned in was from free throws. Yeah, so DeMar DeRozan got fouled right there. I'm seeing it on the screen. So he got fouled on the three. Patty Mills got fouled on the three. I don't know. Let me check. Let me check real quick. Let me look. If Bjelica fouled out, I got it right here. Box score. Make sure you guys can see it. You can. Okay. No, Bjelica never fouled out. But that's interesting because he never came back in, did he? Did he come back in? I don't think so. Let's go play by play. Overtime. I'm not seeing any Bjelica in the play-by-play here. Yeah, you're right. He never came back in. That could be a crucial mistake there from Luke Walton, because Bjelica, he... Say what you want about Bjelica. Some people think he's like a fat, slow slob and that he's like not that great and blah, 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 whatever. Some people, Aaron Brewski hates him. I mean, 2 of 11, but then again, who's Aaron Brewski not hate? That dude hates everybody. 2 of 11, 1 of 5 from 3 from Bjelica. But look, his plus minus was 11, so if you care about that, the team is playing better when he was on the field. Get out of here. Snooze that update. So yeah, I mean, maybe we should have played Bjelica, but it looks like we were going Barnes at the 4 for the most part because we had Barnes and Ariza on the floor at the same time. I will say this: had you had Ariza shooting that, or had you had Bjelica shooting those threes instead of Ariza, I bet one of them goes in. And yeah, Hector, I didn't realize he was 2 of 11 either, but I didn't feel like he was 2 of 11. It felt like he was doing his job and playing well. So like, I wouldn't mind if he played more. Let's close this out here. Patty Mills misses 2 of 3 free throws. That was just lucky as hell. Buddy makes a 2-point shot. Murray makes a 2-point shot. Buddy misses a 2. Okay, this is the end. This is a terrible ending. Buddy missed a mid-range jumper. Got his own rebound. Threw it to Ariza. Ariza missed the 3. But I think Buddy got the rebound again, threw it to Ariza again, missed another 3. And then Ariza, or I don't even know what happened. I don't even know who rebounded it. I'm disgusted by it. Buddy Hield got the ball. He missed a 2. We had 4 game-winning shot attempts. Couldn't make one of them. Awful loss. The Kings gave this one away. The Kings should have wrote out their 98-91 score to like maybe a 106-98 victory, a 106-100 victory. But no, we lost 105-104 to the San Antonio Spurs. Let's check out the box score now. And yeah, saying he may have pulled him out because of the shooting. And you know what? Let's look at the box score. And yeah, I don't trust Ariza with the 3 either. But let me ask you guys a question. For me, watching this game, maybe I'm just a mentally ill human being, but I thought that Ariza actually played a decent game. It seemed like he was hitting some shots. But, like, you guys are all telling me he played, and even I saw people on Twitter saying he played terrible. I mean, he was 3 of 5 shooting. 3 of 5 basically only shot 3s. I mean, I will say Ariza's more washed than I thought he would be, for sure. But I didn't think tonight's game was super bad from Ariza. I feel like there's been worse games from Ariza. But yeah, I mean those 3-pointers he missed were inexcusable. Now if you look at the box score here, he was 3 of 3 from 3 going into the final seconds of the game. It's only 2 shots for those 2 bricks at the end. So, Ariza was 3 of 3 from the field. He was in. Bjelica was 2 of 11, 1 of 5 from 3. He was out. But I feel like Bjelica would have made that shot over Ariza. So I would have had Bjelica in, even though he was shooting terrible. I would have felt more comfortable with Bielitsa in the game than Ariza. I really would have, because Ariza's either really good or really bad. And even when the games where he plays really good, I don't trust him to continue it. Whereas Bielitsa, I feel more comfortable that he can turn it on more at any time, I feel like. So let me put the box score. Singh says the thing is he isn't a shooter though. Yeah, that's the thing too, is that him being on the Rockets, jacking up all those threes forever, he thinks he's like some sharpshooter, and he's really not. I mean, he went 0 of 12 from 3 in that game where the Rockets missed 27 straight threes. Or not 0 of 12 from 3, 0 of 12 from the field. A lot of them were threes though. So it's like, he's not a shooter like that. But let's go to the box score. Let's check it out. So Bielitsa, 2 of 11, 1 of 5 from 3, like I said. 9 rebounds, 5 points. I would have felt more comfortable with Bielitsa taking those shots at the end. Rashawn Holmes, 13 points, 14 rebounds, 3 steals, 2 blocks, 5 assists. I mean, Rashawn Holmes is a legend right now. Rashawn Holmes is a beast. I love Rashawn Holmes. Harrison Barnes, he played 43 minutes, 6 of 15 from the field, 9 of 11 from the free throw, 21 points, 10 rebounds from HB, 5 assists. Harrison Barnes, 6 of 15, not the most efficient game, but I don't hold anything against Harrison Barnes. He's been playing lights out. 7 points from Corey Joseph, 1 assist. Your starting point guard totaled 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 rebound, which I don't care about rebounds. Rebounds are an overrated statistic in today's NBA. But assists and steals from your starting point guard, 1 of each. That's awful. Buddy Hield, no assists. That's a Carmelo stat line right there. 23 points, 10 of 27 shooting, 3 of 11 from 3. Got to be more efficient, buddy. You have to. Trevor Ariza, 9 points, 3 of 5 from the field. Like I said, he was 3 of 3 before he bricked those 2 shots. Would have felt more comfortable with Bielitsa shooting those. Dwayne Dedmon only played 8 minutes, no points, 1 rebound, no blocks. He missed 1 3 and missed 2 other shots. Awful. Get Dedmon off the team. 17 points from Yogi Ferrell. I love that. 17 points from Yogi, 5 of 5 from the free throw line, 6 of 11 shooting from the field. Didn't make a 3 this whole game, but didn't need to. 3 assists, 1 steal. Bogdan Bogdanovic, 9 minutes, 4 of 12 shooting, 1 of 6 from 3. Did not shoot well. 4 rebounds, no assists. If Bogdan's going to be playing 21 minutes, he doesn't have at least 3 or 4 assists, something's wrong. It's no assists from either shooting guard, Bogdan nor Buddy Hield. Corey Joseph had 1 more assist than Buddy and Bogdan. You'd think like, man, did Buddy had like 6 assists, 6 or 7 assists. Bogdan had 6 or 7 assists. Corey Joseph had like 8 or 9. Man, nope. Bogdan and Buddy had 0. Corey Joseph had 1. I mean, Rashawn Holmes, Harrison Barnes were our leading assist guys on this team, which I do think there may be room. And let me know in the chat. I'm gonna look in the chat in a second. I've been looking at the box score, but let me know in the chat. I think there's room on this team for Harrison Barnes to maybe do some point forward type stuff, where he's like in the post. If he gets hot a little bit, with his little jumper, and he shows the other team, my little fadeaway is deadly. Like, watch out for it. Maybe there's some room for Harrison Barnes to like be doing some point forward stuff, where he's doing some Draymond-esque stuff on offense. Not totally to Draymond's level in terms of offensively, although I think, Draymond's an overrated player. So I can't stand Draymond, just like I can't stand Jokic. But I don't know. I think there's room for the Kings to explore Harrison Barnes as more of a playmaker, is my point. And then if you look at the Spurs real quick, Rudy had 9 points, which, he had 7 in the first quarter, so Rudy basically did nothing the rest of the game. LaMarcus, 8 of 18, inefficient 19 points. Derek White, nothing, pretty much at all from him this game. Corey Joseph put up better numbers than him. It's pretty sad. Bryn Forbes, 9 points. DeMar DeRozan, 15 points, inefficient 5 of 14. Trey Lyles, 0 of 4. I mean, we should have beat this team. I will say this. It seems like, so the previous 2 games against the Bulls, Corey Joseph, I believe, got 15 minutes against the Bulls, or 20. No, he got 20 minutes against the Bulls and 15 minutes against Who do we previously play? Why am I blanking out on it? The Trailblazers. And he got 23 minutes tonight. So Yogi got more minutes than normal, and I think that needs to continue because Yogi has been playing like a madman. Yogi's a beast. And I think Yogi definitely needs to get at least 20 minutes every night, maybe more, because I don't really think Corey Joseph is the answer, and it sucks to say that because we paid him a lot of money, but I'm more comfortable with Yogi at point. Honestly, I am more comfortable with Yogi at point guard than Corey Joseph. I just got to say it like that. There's no other way for me to put it. I mean, like, I have more faith that the offense is going to do stuff when Yogi Ferrell's on the floor compared to Corey Joseph. I don't really have as much faith for Corey Joseph, just to be honest. But yeah, guys. So it was a pathetic loss by the Kings. We should not have lost this game. These are definitely the type of games that you see, you think about come March and April when it's playoff time, and you're like, oh wow, if we would have had 3.5 more wins, we would have been tied for the 8th seed and blah blah blah, or we would have had the 8th spot if we would have had 3.5 more wins. And that loss to the Spurs in December really sucked. We really wish we would have won that one. And so we're only 8 of 13. Say within the next month we get Bagley back a game or two from now, we get De'Aaron Fox back 3 or 4 weeks from now. Bogdan continues to heal. It's probably not looking as that bleak. 8 of 13 is pretty easy to recover from. That's like a couple 3-game win streaks, and you're going to be 500. So it's not that bad yet. Don't push the panic button, but it's still, it doesn't feel good whenever the Kings lose because they're the Kings, and we're too used to them losing. Commander Root in the chat, what's going on, bro? How's it going? All right, so let me go ahead and catch up on the chat real quick. Enjoyed my time here. Thanks, everyone. Build a home statue outside of Will Winston already. Hector, thanks for stopping by, man. I don't know how Dedmon was not bad last season to what he's doing so far. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Dedmon's having a poor season. Corey Joseph, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind trading Corey Joseph. I wouldn't mind trading Dedmon. It would have to be the right deal. My thing is, this is what I'm kind of worried about. What's going to happen to Yogi's minutes when De'Aaron comes back? Are we just going to render Yogi useless on the bench, just never play again? I really hope not. Now, the real question is too, is Corey Joseph going to be better when he's coming off the bench for the Kings? Is he playing a role that's hard for him to play? Maybe he's not. To me, Corey Joseph could be starting level point guard, or let me put it this way. I thought he could have been a starting level point guard, and he would be able to fill this role better than he has. So maybe he just needs to come off the bench. Maybe he's just not a starter. Maybe that's the problem, But we'll see what happens. Package Kojo and Dedmon signed Crawford. Yeah, man. I mean, Jamal Crawford for the win. Oh, man. I don't know. I'm a Crawford guy, too. See, my guilty pleasure with basketball is I love the shot chuckers. Carmelo, Jamal Crawford. Yeah, he would have sunk those threes. That's my thing. Is my guilty pleasures. I love my guilty pleasures. I love the shot chuckers. I love watching Carmelo. I mean, who doesn't like watching Jamal Crawford highlights? Everybody does. But you know what I mean. I know they're like, don't play defense and blah blah blah. But I still love it regardless. But yeah, guys, Crawford has the nasty handles. Whew, yeah, he does. He has some nasty handles. Jamal Crawford's the man. Wish we had him. Yeah, I mean, hey, he's available. You never know. I mean, I kind of doubt it at this point. If we didn't go out of our way to sign him on Shumpert, I don't think we can go out of our way to sign Jamal Crawford. But you never know. If the Kings get desperate enough. But 8 of 13, that's not that bad. In terms of real quick, before I get out of here, because I do have to work at 5 in the morning, so I'm going to try to end this pretty soon. And I'm really enjoying, by the way, before I check out the standings, thank you guys so much for being in here. I'm really enjoying this conversation. It's a lot of fun chatting Kings with you guys. We were 10-11 last season after 21. See, 10 of 11 last season, we're 8 and 13 now. That's not that far off. And the Kings played well last season, and they kind of maybe exceeded some expectations. I mean, everybody thought the Kings were going to make the playoffs last year. I didn't. Or a lot of people, some people had playoff expectations last year. I did not. But, 10 of 11, 8 of 13, it might as well be the same record. Like, we could easily go on some win streaks. So I'm not that worried right now. But that's not to say we shouldn't be worried 10 games from now if we're, I don't know, if we still have like if we're not 500, 10 to 12 games from now, maybe press the panic button. But and maybe not, because De'Aaron Fox might not even be back by then. So maybe that would even be an overreaction. But let's just look at the standings before I get out of here. Let's look at the standings. And let's, so if we look at the standings in the West, the Timberwolves are 10 of 11. The Suns are 10 of 11. Let's look at it from the top. So the Lakers, wow, the Mavericks are 15 and 6. I did not realize that. Whew. Wow, the Mavericks really are. Wow. Okay, so Lakers are 19 and 3. Mavericks are 15 and 6. I think you can expect the Mavericks to come down a little bit. You can expect the Nuggets to probably stay around the same area. I mean, I think maybe they come down a little bit. Clippers, I say they stay around the same or maybe go down a little bit as well, because the Clippers, with Kawhi not playing a lot, they can only win so many games. I mean, they do have Paul George, but, they're not going to be at full health because Kawhi always sits. And, that doesn't mean they're not going to be deadly in the playoffs. It just means that they don't care about the regular season because Kawhi has a degenerative issue in his leg that nobody ever talks about. Houston Rockets, they probably stay, maybe they go up to the 4th or 3rd seed. The Jazz, they're probably going to stay 5th or 6th. I could see the Suns falling out. I could see the Timberwolves falling out. Because Andrew Wiggins was tearing it up at the beginning of the season. It's not going to last. Sorry to break it to you, Wiggins fans. Phoenix Suns, I don't see them making the playoffs. I mean, they're playing better than they did last year, and they have a decent team this year, but I don't see it happening. But even though, look, we're only 2 games behind the Kings. The Kings are basically tied. Game is back with the Spurs. And then Trailblazers are half a game ahead of us. The Thunder are a whole game ahead of us. I mean, the Timberwolves are 2 games ahead of us. Suns are 2 games ahead of us. Even the Jazz wouldn't be that hard to reach. Like, to me, 6, 7, 8 are definitely right now. Those are going to be anybody's spots. 4.5 games, that's the top 5, I would say, is pretty much untouchable for us. We could get 6, 7, or 8 if we can get hot later in the season. We won't have to worry about the Grizzlies, I don't think. Obviously not the Grizzlies, we won't have to worry about them. Or the Warriors. The Pelicans have a decent team. Maybe they could turn it on at some point in the season if Zion comes back, but I kind of doubt it. I wouldn't think we have to worry about anybody below us. So basically, we're going to be fighting with the... I would say the Jazz make the playoffs, but, maybe not. Maybe something happens. So I would say we're going to be fighting with the Jazz, Suns, Timberwolves, Thunder, Blazers, Spurs. So it's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 team battle for the last 3 spots. So there's going to be 4 butthurt teams this year that don't make the playoffs. And... is that going to be us? Who knows? If the Trailblazers continue playing bad, do they consider trading somebody or trading for somebody? Do they consider trading for Kevin Love? If the Spurs play bad, there's been all kinds of LaMarcus Aldridge and DeMar DeRozan trade rumors. If the Spurs trade LaMarcus Aldridge for rebuilding pieces, they're going to be out. The Thunder, they have actually have a decent team with Chris Paul, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Danilo Gallinari, Steven Adams. But are they going to look to trade Steven Adams? Are they going to look to move Chris Paul and just go with Shai Gilgeous as their young guard? The Thunder could easily move some pieces around and become a rebuilding team, about halfway through the year. So it's kind of a thin herd here. I could definitely see the Kings making the playoffs. It's not time to hit the panic button whatsoever. But, I could see why people are freaking out because that's 3 really bad losses in a row for us. But I think we're going to be fine. So... Jeff the Lefty is worried, just his opinion. What's the next 10 games? I'll read the next 10 games right now. The Mavericks game is going to be rough. Let me go ahead and read you the next 10 games real quick, and then I'm going to get out of here because I got to go to work in the morning. Because, I'm not a professional analyst. I wish I was. Let me just put it up on my phone real quick. I'll just read off to you guys. Sacramento Kings schedule.
Here's the upcoming schedule for the Kings.
Okay, the next 10 games. We play the Mavericks, the Rockets, the Thunder, the Knicks, the Warriors, the Hornets, the Pacers, the Grizzlies, the Rockets again. So, if we're looking at that, that's really... I guess I got the 2020 schedule right here. So let me pull it up for you guys. My bad, sorry. Where's it at? Okay, so here's our next games. So we're here. At Dallas, at Houston. I would say that's probably 2 losses. Versus Oklahoma City. That should be a W, I would say. I think we can beat the Thunder. We should be able to beat the Knicks. That's 2-2. Warriors, 3-2. We should beat the Hornets. That should be 4-2. The Pacers, maybe we win that one, maybe we don't. We should beat the Grizzlies. Rockets, possibly an L. Timberwolves are definitely beatable. Suns are beatable. Denver's obviously beatable. We've already beaten them. The Clippers, Grizzlies beatable. Pelicans beatable. Warriors beatable. Suns beatable. Grizzlies probably lose. Magic beatable. Dallas probably lose. Utah, beatable. Heat beatable. Pistons beatable. Bulls beatable. Minnesota beatable. Now I know I'm saying beatable a lot. It's probably annoying, but you get my point. None of these teams are that great. I mean, once we get Bagley and Fox back, we should be able to run through the teams like the Knicks, the Hornets, the Grizzlies. I mean, don't get me wrong. John Morant and Jaren Jackson are amazing, and they got a good perimeter defender in Jay Crowder. But you get my point. Like, none of these teams are like, outside of like the real good teams like the Bucks and the Mavericks, and you got even down here. It gets a little tougher towards the end. I mean, the end really, the end of the schedule is what you got to be worried about. You got Dallas, Houston, down here, San Antonio probably a tough game. Clippers, Lakers, Spurs again, Timberwolves, Nuggets, Lakers. So, I don't know. It just kind of depends. I think we're going to be fine. I don't think, a lot of these teams are pretty beatable. But you never know what will happen. So, let's just kind of all hold hands together as Kings fans and try to take a deep breath. This was a bad loss, but it'll be fine. All right. Well, Skip and Tosh. Skip saying that he feels like this L is our playoff ender. Oh, no way. We're going to be fine. Jeff the Lefty thinks the same. Oh, no, we're good. I'm not even worried about it. Hope they beat Minnesota in 26. My first game at Golden One Center. Ooh, okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, let us know. Once you go to that game, when we do that breakdown, come and hop in the chat and let us know what your first game is like at Golden One. I'd be eager to hear it. Skip says he's skeptical on how Fox and Bags will adapt to the chemistry. Says Bags is a black hole sometimes. Yeah, but I think it'll be fine. I don't know. I'm not trying to be Mr. Positive. I just really am not that worried. I think the Kings are fine. Every game it's kind of like last year. A lot of the games we're losing, either people are injured or they're losing by close. I don't know. They have lost some games. Like, this game was a very close game. We should have won. There's been tons of games that we should have won and we didn't. And, we were saying the same thing last year, but I think the Kings have the ability to overcome these games had we been healthy. But we don't. We're not. So that's going to be a problem, in terms of chemistry, how they're going to play when they come back, like Skip said. But I don't know. I have faith. So, guys, I'm going to end it there. Feel free to, stay in the chat and talk with Skip if you want. I got to go to sleep. Your boy's got to get some sleep out here. Got to put myself back on screen, but there I am. And yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's been great talking to you guys. This has been like the most turnout I've had in a stream. And we got Lurks and Commander Root in the chat. And they ain't even talking. And that's cool. That's fine. This has obviously been the best turnout I've had. We got Hector, Jeff the Lefty, and Sing chatting. Skip's in there chatting. Thank you guys so much for the chatting. It's been great. Thank you guys so much for sticking around and listening to me ranting about the Kings and whatever else. Talk to you guys in the next one. Don't panic. We're going to make it through together. Love you guys.